What's up? What's up? This is Adri,
And Alyssa,
and you're listening to
chat in the hat. Hello.
What's up? What's up? I like your. Did you get kidnapped?
Coming to you live. This is my wellness check video. Like when you're a hostage and they're like, proof of life. This is my proof
Blink
of life
twice
video.
if you're going to be okay tonight.
Yes. Blink twice for yes. I'm like signing help. I don't know how to do peep.
You just did like chat, maybe.
Yeah. See,
Chat
I forget what H is. H, maybe?
in the hat.
Yeah, so normally I record from my office, but we are doing this on a off day, middle of the week, so I have to be home. And so I created a studio in my garage. And behind curtain number 1 is my beer fridge and Costco surplus. And behind curtain number 2 is my washer dryer.
I wish you could just turn the camera, which I know it's your laptop, but so they could see what it's sitting on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm on a dining room chair, and my laptop holder is a mini fridge.
Love it.
You're
such a dedicated chatter.
Yeah, dedicated host. Anyways, we are doing it on a Tuesday because you canceled our regular recording because you were out of town. So tell us.
I went to Asheville, my favorite place. And so I went to see St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it was fantastic.
Nice.
Incredible show. Incredible.
What kind of venue was it? Indoor, outdoor, small, big?
Indoor, small, I think probably somewhere between. I mean, I was thinking about that too when I was there. Like maybe there was 300 to 400 people there.
Nice.
Maybe a little more. Like,
do you remember in Orange County, it used to be called the Galaxy, but now it's Observatory Orange County. That's like a 500 venue.
Then it was smaller than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So maybe 300 people. But it was amazing. And you know how you said when we were talking about your show with Vidal, how she was so close you could like touch her.
Mm-hmm.
So at the very end, because we were front, well, it was standing room only, but we were at the very front right along the railing next to the sound booth. And so like during the show, he would sometimes come to the side and just hang out and like drink his water, and the band would like jam out, right? So he's like right there by us. So I got pictures of him drinking his water like a creeper. I'm like,
you have like suddenly you get home, you have like a restraining order. You're like, what?
He looked over a few times and like waved or whatever, but
giving you finger guns for the.
So they did their encore, which by that point I already knew, let's make our way to the back and get closer to the exit. Plus I wanted some pizza. So I was like, my friend wanted to go to the merch booth. So I was like, let's go to the merch booth now and then I'll get a slice of pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that this encore was going to be like one song. I think it was like 4 or 5 easily.
Oh, wow.
So I come out from getting my slice of pizza and I'm like walking along, just enjoying it, listening to the music, and I could hear like his voice sounded closer or something, and I just wasn't like, I felt disoriented for a minute, and I look up because I'm over by the merch booth now, and he's like on top of it, like singing down to us standing on the merch booth.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh my God. So I got video of him. I was right there with my pizza, like filming, and it was just super cool because he was so close, and somebody was in the crowd. They like gave him a shirt and he's like wiping his sweat and then he throws it. Like he's just such a good entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
It was just amazing, but Sweet. It was really cool because he just was so close to us so much through the show.
Mm-hmm.
And you would have loved it, Josh. It was definitely like that guy can wail. His voice is good. So
sweet.
Good show. St. Paul and the Broken Bones. Amazing show.
Nice.
If you haven't heard them, listen to them. They're good.
We went to Cali Vibes this past
Oh,
weekend,
you did?
Sunday. Yeah, we just did Sunday.
Did you see
Which
No
was
Doubt?
no, it was Gwen Stefani, and that she was the main headliner like on Saturday. So we only went on Sunday, but it was a great day. We saw the Green, J Bug, Soja,
Nice.
Revolution, The Roots. There's others there, but I think that's primarily who we watched.
That looked,
And we watched some Pacifier set, which was a little earlier on. But yeah, it was
yeah, that looked like a really
fun
good
day.
show. My
Yeah,
friend
that's
John was there.
oh, I know. I saw him there last year also, and I
Hi,
was gonna
John.
reach out to him. Hey, John, if you're listening. uh,
Yeah.
well, he
Who?
was there Saturday. He didn't go on. Oh, sorry. Josh chimed in and said that our cousin Matt was there, which he was. So Dee Dee and Derek, our aunt and uncle, they were actually there Sunday. So we met up with them. Matt was there the day before. But yeah, so hung out with Dee Dee and Derek. We had fun, and then came home after. But
Nice.
yeah,
So on the topic of concerts and festivals, we are also going to be in Arizona this weekend for
yeah,
Innings Festival.
heck
So we're going to
yeah,
record some content while we're there. So stay tuned for that.
yeah.
I'm
I
excited.
was thinking earlier. I was like, oh wow. Aside from that, but I'm like, every time we do like just kind of these catch ups, it's like always we're always like, oh, saw this band or went here. And it's like all music, and I'm like, we're fucking cool. We spend all of our free time going to live music. I'm like,
We
what else
should
is there to
probably
do?
just review bands as like a
Like we just changed the whole concept of our whole show, and we just are strictly
and
like
just fill the hat
show
with band
review.
names.
How many times have you seen them? I'm like, oh, okay.
This could be like another,
Josh
spin-off.
is like, no more episodes. Full-time editor, unpaid gigs, unpaid positions we have here.
I know, right? I was just telling Alyssa too, for the listeners, like it's hard because now whenever we talk on the phone, I don't really want to talk about anything because I just want to
like,
wait
I
until
don't
we
really want to talk to you anymore. It's like,
I don't have that much content.
yeah.
I
Oh
gotta say
God.
that.
I know, for real. Well, yeah, it's like the notepads definitely. Oh, okay, so I have a crazy Uber Vegas story that I forgot to share when I was talking about our Adele. I can't believe I forgot that day.
We have time.
Okay.
We can do it.
So on Saturday morning, so the day after Adele, I ordered an Uber to get to my friend Shannon's house, and she lives. It was like I think it estimated it out at like 22 minutes from where I was at the hotel. So I call this Uber. The woman like picks me up, and she spoke no English, which is not the issue, but just it's important to know that we didn't really have a clear way to communicate because she strictly spoke Spanish. So we get in the car, whatever, and I always like share my ride like with whoever so Ashley had my location. I shared the info with Shannon so she kind of could track where I was at, just as like a safety precaution. And then what I did is I always put where I'm actually going like in maps and like double check that like, okay, we are actually going like the correct route and that sort of thing. So because I did that, I kind of knew like how long it should take, and it gave like 3 different routes. And it turned out that the route that we were going on was like the longest route you could take. And granted, it was all like varied by like a couple minutes, but it was just the longer route. So as soon as we like get going, this woman is like, first of all, her car, and granted it's Vegas, so I know things are different there, but it reeked like cigarettes. But then it was like had that smell where you put like the cherry bomb in the car.
Oh
And so it was like
God.
really like a really intense smell that like kind of was like I wouldn't say that it like gave me like allergies, but they're like right when I first got in, it kind of made me sneeze a couple times because it was really like strong. But I was like, whatever. So as we get going, this woman, she like randomly like offers me like 2 candies, like from her little center glove compartment or whatever, center console. And I was like, oh no, I'm okay. She's like, no, take the candy. And I was like, no, I don't like want the candy, but thank you. And she goes, no, it's fine. No marijuana. No. And I was like, well, that's weird to say. And so then, but I was like, no. And so like, she was so insistent. Like she literally asked me like 4 times to like take these candies. And so finally I just said, I don't eat sugar. Like, because I like couldn't get her to stop trying to get me to eat these 2 candies. So I was like, oh no, I don't eat sugar. And she was like, oh, okay. And then we keep driving, and the route that she took, the reason it was the longer route is because it's like a street. She like didn't take the freeway, and she just took this one like straightaway street. So there's signals the whole time. And of course, we're like basically hitting like every red light. And it is very evident that I am not in a safe part of town. Like you just start looking around and you're like, it's not great. It's yes. So now I'm like, oh my God, like.
And now you're in this room.
Okay.
Locked in there with your microphone.
Then, yeah, I know. This is where I'm reporting live from. Okay. So then out of nowhere, mind you, okay, I was just like on my phone. I had like an earbud in. I could still hear around me, but I was, just kind of like scrolling Instagram or whatever, like killing time. But I'm like, God damn, this woman is driving so fucking slow. Like, I know that we're on a street, but she's also like just driving very slow. And then we're getting all the red lights, and I'm just so irritated. And then, mind you, other than like the first couple of times I sneezed right when I got in the car, like I was totally fine. I didn't have like the sniffles. I wasn't sick, nothing. And then all of a sudden she like pulls out a piece of paper towel from her center console, and she's like, here. And I was like, no, like again, I'm like, no. And all I'm thinking of is like all the videos you see about like sex trafficking rings where they put like paper towels on your car doors because there's like something on it that, makes you sleepy or whatever.
Chloroform.
Yeah. So now she's handing me a paper towel. We're in like the bar, like the hood, like, and she speaks no English. And she is now insisting that I take this paper towel. And I'm like, no, like, I'm okay. And she goes, no. And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, thank you. And she's like, no. And just keeps going like, no. And like holding it back to me. And I'm just like, what does this lady not understand about like the word no? Like, no is the same in both languages. Like, so finally I take like the tippy top of my fingertips, and I just grab it from like as far on the edge of the corner as I can possibly get, because I'm like, she's driving slow through the ghetto and intentionally handing me this chloroform filled paper towel right now because like I'm gonna knock out, and this is where I die. So I like took it right from the edge, and I put it like I'm in the back seat, so it's like a bench seat. So I put it as far away from me on the bench seat as possible. And I'm like immediately now just full blown panic attack. I take my earbuds out so I can hear everything going on. I roll my window down, so I'm like, there,
translator open.
Hey, window down for like cold air to like keep me alert. I'm like a dog, hanging out the window. And then I'm just like, oh my God, this fucking ride is taking so long. Because she drove so slow, it added on like another probably 7 minutes to my what should have been like a 22-minute ride. It took like 30 minutes to get there. And when you're in a full-blown panic thinking you're going to pass out at any time, I was just like, oh my God, okay. And I swear she was getting slower, but this is where it also started getting really weird. Finally, we get out of like kind of that rough part of town. We make this left, and like I can see from the maps, you make the left, and it's just a couple stop signs down is Shannon Street. So I'm like, we're almost there. We're almost there. And again, it's just like she kept driving slow. It felt, and granted, part of me is like, okay, obviously it was like a combined thing that I probably was really overthinking all of this. But when I was in it, I was just like hyper aware of everything. And this is what it felt like. It just was like, she kept driving slower. And I'm like, she's just waiting for me to pass out. Like, she's like, this bitch is not passing out. And so she just kept driving slower and slower the closer we got to the destination. And then I noticed she kept checking her rear view mirror. Like, she kept looking back, like, more so than just being like hyper aware of your surroundings. It was like she just kept looking and looking, and I was like, why is she doing that? So then to the point where I started looking behind me, like, is there someone following us? I'm like, holy shit. Okay. And then all the way up until we are literally in front of Shannon's house, but because her house was on, say, like the west side of the street, we pulled the way you come in. We were on the east side, but we're in front of her house. Shannon and her dad are right there. I can see them. And still this lady wants to keep going to turn around. She's like, oh no, I go. And she's just going like this with her hand motioning like she's going to make a U-turn. And I finally kind of snapped. I was like, no, just stop right here. Like, we're here. I'm getting out. I'm getting out of the car. Like, and she like gets out trying to help me with my bag. I'm like, no, gracias. Like, bye. Like, I swear to God, it took me probably 2 hours to come down from that. Like, I was like so stressed out.
Can you imagine her version of that story telling like, I drove this crazy white lady to I think she had drugs in her car or whatever. Like, she seemed very stressed out.
Yeah, it was wild though, but I was very uncomfortable. And Shannon's mom like said something about some guy. She's like, "Oh yeah, we were shopping with the kids one day, and there's some guy like following us through the aisles." And I said, "Oh my God, you'll never believe what happened to me in my Uber." I tell the story, and she was like, "Oh my God, she's like, that is stressful. People do that." She's like, "I'm glad you made it." I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "I'm still shooken up."
Your brush with death.
It was just really weird. And I'm like, you're in Vegas, you don't know. Like, it's just...
yeah. And honestly, she could have like put the child locks on.
I check all that shit. I double check. I check like I said, I share location. I check child locks. I check the license plate. I do like as much recommended stuff, but yeah, I'm like, oof.
I can picture you with like a little clipboard as you get in your Uber. You're like, license plate check. Yep, Margot. Check. Yeah.
Well, you can never be too safe.
That's funny.
Anyways, but okay, we should probably get into it because this is a long intro. Jock, for whatever reason. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. All right. God damn. Okay. I have things you are currently loving. So just anything going on that you're like, maybe a show you really like. I mean, I obviously have a list, so you can think. I will start, and then you can be like, oh yeah, I really am loving this right now. First and foremost, granted, I started this list when we started the podcast, so some of it's like not as great anymore because number one I have listed is winter sunsets. But in December, those sunsets are popping. It's like cotton candy skies. They're still really nice right now, but they're not as nice as those very short days. For whatever reason, the sky, pink, purple, literally looks like cotton candy. So that's that. Second one. Okay. I think I shared this with you, but I have to give hardcore shout out to, it's called Stay Fit Mom Recipes. I think because I bought the digital cookbook and I sent it to you. Okay. I texted it to you or whatever, like a while ago. But okay. So if you are anyone that A, likes meal prepping and B, counts macros, I am telling you,
Does anybody
everything
actually like that? Or do they do it because they have to?
well, yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean, I
kidding.
do like meal prepping because
Yeah.
when I don't, for example, we are all going out of town effective Thursday. Monday was a holiday, so I didn't um like really do grocery shopping because I just like have stuff like from Costco like I can do. So, I mean, I ended up eating Taco Bell for dinner tonight. So, when I don't meal
Oh
prep,
boy.
this is what happens. I don't eat meat from there, okay?
Oh my God. We must
But
share that story at some
you
point.
know, so so yeah, I do really like meal prepping because it keeps me like on point. But her recipes, everything I've made is so delicious. It all makes you make it in like sets of 5, but sometimes I'll use one of her recipes and make the set of 5, but for dinner. So we each have like our own portion of 1, 2, 3, and then I'll have 2 extra that like Matt can have for lunch or whatever, and then we just have like those 2 extra things. But yeah, again, that is Stay Fit Mom Krista on Instagram, and
You
everything
should
is.
tag her too.
I will
We'll
tag her
yeah.
because I swear to God, I've done. I've had her I made her breakfast stuff, the lunch and dinner stuff. I've made the late night cravings when I did those like in and out style bowls that I was like, oh my God, you guys. So that's like she has some stuff like portion of her recipes are she calls it her late night craving. So it's more of that like heart like unhealthy food, but it's still in a way that at least it meets your macros and it's, still not perfect. But yeah, I love it. Follow her on Instagram, buy her cookbook. It's incredible. Have you thought of
Mm,
anything yet that you're thoroughly
yeah.
enjoying? Oh, go.
Oh yeah, totally. Um so first thing that comes to mind, and only because I'm drinking it right now, and I think I told you guys about it. I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble for sharing this, but Cycling Frog.
Oh.
These are THC seltzers, and I love them because
So
I
they
don't
have
really.
booze or no booze,
There's
just
no
THC.
alcohol. No,
Oh, okay.
just
How many
THC and CBD.
milligrams?
Because I haven't been drinking a lot. Like, I know the
Yeah.
last time we recorded, I was drinking, but that was like the first time in a long
Yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah. Same.
So, in place of that, I've been drinking these because A, they're delicious. Like, they have really good flavor. There's no sugar really. This particular one has 2 milligrams of THC and 4 milligrams of CBD. The other ones that I have are 5 milligrams of THC and 10 milligrams of CBD. So they
Mm-hmm.
have a few um, different ones. And then, like, on the back, it'll tell you 1 equals, and this says like
Oh, yeah,
1
I
glass of
remember. Yeah, yeah,
wine.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they're delicious. This one has 20 calories, 4 grams of sugar. But it's just pure lemon juice. And they're just like the perfect amount. I don't know if they sell them in Arizona, but I was thinking about that because I don't think I'm going to be drinking much when we're out there, and
Yeah,
I'd like
same.
to have those. So totally dig those. They're great in place of alcohol, and they're like, I don't have any issues going to bed, or,
Yeah, no
doesn't I sleep
hangover.
good? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm loving those. And then TV shows wise, I'm pretty addicted right now to The Traitors. I
Oh,
don't
I
know
think
if
I just saw no, but I just saw something. Does the guy that's in it kind of look like Pee Wee Herman?
it's Alan Cummings. He was in
Yeah.
Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. Remember, he shows up with the helicopter and he's like
Yes.
the
So he
rich
kind of looks
nerd.
like Pee Wee Herman. Yes. Okay. And I only know it because I was like watching a whole bunch of Jimmy Fallon's or Tonight Show, whatever, like Instagram videos. Because sometimes there's like pages I like, but I don't want to follow them. So then I just go and like binge scroll through like the first however many. But he was on and I think it tagged the Trader because he was obviously probably promoting like a new season or I don't know exactly.
Yeah,
But
there's a new season on right now.
yeah, okay. But
He's the
that's the only reason
host.
I know of it.
And he's amazing because he's so dramatic, and I think he's Irish or something. So his natural accent, and it takes place in a castle in Ireland, or is it Scotland? One of those. And basically,
Kiss. Matt just walked into the garage. He's looking at my hostage setup. You want to say hello?
Yeah, to the people.
Yeah, say hi to the people.
You were doing a kidnapping video.
That's what I told them. Here, you can go. Just scroll over.
Yeah.
I told them that this was
What's up, people?
my sign of
That's
life.
Matt.
Yeah.
Here, you can't hear if you don't have a thing.
I told her blink twice if she needs food or water.
Well, she doesn't need blankets because she's in an Eskimo robe right now. So
I know.
This is on my list of topics. Right now the topic is things you are
Snuggie.
currently loving, and this is I live in this. It is a full wearable blanket.
it's a
Looks
bit much
like
when
it.
she's walking around the neighborhood in this, though, guys.
He's like, we gotta go walk the dog. I'm like, okay. And he's like, you're wearing that? I'm like, yeah, I am. Obviously.
Someone asked me if I was
Don't do
walking
it
with
while
my grandmother the other day. No.
If
Tell her
she
figure,
has,
but that's
like,
Alyssa.
get her one of those grocery cart things. They're like collapsible, and you can like
Laundry basket things you roll. He also got me these like Chinese house slippers.
Easy. They're not Chinese house slippers.
Made in China. Yeah, Chinese.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
They're
like foam though. It's like foamy. And so they're like they look like really big, and you like slide your foot in and it's like a marshmallow.
They had over 47,500 views on Amazon.
So I was wearing those yellow house slippers with this. He was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, so she's definitely turning up the sex appeal in the house these days.
Well, Maddie's like, that's what I.
She never knew I was into old ladies with slippers.
Oh my god,
that's awesome. The party crasher. I think we probably have to leave that whole bit in on the.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's funny. So
okay.
Where were we? I don't even. Oh, we were talking about the traders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you were kind of done on that.
I wasn't, but okay.
Oh, you weren't.
This should be a trend in my whenever I'm talking.
I was trying to.
Let's go.
I thought it was. I thought you were. I thought for some reason you were already done talking about it.
No, I was just getting to what it's about, but it's okay. Anybody should just watch it. It's really good if you like those games.
So like what? So it's a reality show.
It's a game. Yeah, it's a reality game show.
Kind of
like
not
a game show.
Yeah. It's like reality TV, but it's like a game
to win money.
There was a few episodes ago where I said, when I talked about bikinis with heels, and I was referencing, and I said it's like a reality show. So that one was called Surviving Luxury, I think was the name. So it's like a game, but it's reality TV.
Yeah.
Kind of like, like that.
So basically the same thing, but this is, I think I like it because it's a little more like twisted, because the host, Alan, has to, when they're all blindfolded in this big round table, he picks a couple people, 2 or 3 people, to be the traders in the group. So they're all trying to win $250,000, and they're all trying to figure out who are the traders and who are the faithfuls. And so you have the traders kind of playing along, pretending like they're faithfuls, trying to figure it out, but like also fuck up the game so they can win money. And then at the end, they have to, if the faithfuls are the only ones left, they win the money. But if it's the traders, the faithfuls get nothing.
Got it.
So it's just kind of, I don't know. It's really fun to watch.
Nice.
And I don't usually watch those kinds of shows, but I've been digging it.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
That's 2. I'll let you go now.
Okay, next 2. I have. Okay, so they kind of go together, but one of them now you are involved in, so now you know. But we're here to help. Podcast. Jake Johnson, Gareth Reynolds. Holy moly. It is so funny. Literally cry laughing most episodes. So now that you know what Josh and I are talking about, but others, if you're not listening, go listen. We're here to help. It's fucking hilarious. And then secondly, kind of along with that, but also separate, I have grown to, I love Kristen Cavallari again. So it all started, I like binge watched Laguna Beach like several months ago. And I've followed her on Instagram for a while, but she doesn't really she just like posts like cooking stuff or like her jewelry. So I didn't really sense her. Yeah. But now she has the podcast. So when she did that, I started listening to it. And I don't know if there's some sort of like nostalgia because we're close to the same age. I think she's like a year older than me. I know she like graduated like the class above me, like 2005, and I was 06. So there's a lot of like her like stuff, like things that I can relate to being in from that same kind of time period. But her and her best friend Justin Anderson, when they record their podcast together, I feel like I'm their friend. I'm like, oh, I would fit right into this too.
Yeah.
But I just love her. I'm like, oh my God, she's like so pretty and blah, blah. But, so I've definitely, I don't know why, or I know why. All of those reasons are the reasons why I have currently been loving Kristen Cavallari a lot.
Yeah. No, I like her.
And all her dating
watched
stories.
her shows, like even when she was married to that dude.
Oh yeah, I never watched.
And she started her jewelry
Barry
business.
Cavallari.
I watched all those shows. Yeah, Barry Cavallari and
see, I don't really watch reality TV that much, so I never watched it. But I really am enjoying her podcast, and she's just like funny, and I just like her vibe.
Yeah, I like reality TV because I don't have to get heavily invested, and oftentimes it can be on in the background. And if I miss something, like you don't really miss anything, you know. It's not like, ooh, I missed something important. And you can usually catch back up to whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they repeat things a lot. So it's like, it's just good background noise. And it's kind of funny to just think about for a minute how men, like generally speaking, I know some like it, but most men hate it because all you hear is women fighting and like. And so one day Jackson he's 9 and he hears it and he's like, God, this is horrible. You know, like, what do you
I mean, I agree. I cannot stand like Kardashians, Real Housewives, like most of that stuff. My version of reality TV is like, which even it kind of annoys me, but like I'm obsessed with Love is Blind.
Oh yeah, did you start watching the new season?
Oh yes, did you? Did you get through all 6?
Like there's a new one that I need to watch. Or no, the new one comes out tomorrow. They just dropped
all 6. Yeah, the next set comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, I watched.
But you watched the first 6? Okay. Can we just laugh about for 1 second the fucking Chelsea claiming she looks like Megan Fox?
Oh my God!
And what was the person on the plane that told you that shit faced? Because
they're like squinting, like you look like Megan Fox. Like, yeah, and when she did that, immediately I knew. You could see it on his face. She did that because she knew it was going to give her an edge.
She knew that other girl's fucking banging hot. And
I know, right? She's a fucking smoke show.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I think she had to give herself some kind of competitive edge.
Yeah. She's like, so do you have any doppelgangers? And he's like, no, do you? She's like, well.
I don't think so.
She's like, well, I mean, a couple of people have told me that I look like Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Really?
This bitch is
I know, manipulative. And then when she's like clearly so insecure, like she's just like fetching for reassurance. And it's like, dude, he's already told you, like he's into you, like fucking calm down. And then what she did when he said about that girl, the AD, about AD being stacked, and she like called and brought all this attention to it, and then like flipped the script and made it like, was like, lady, he just told you, like, wow, she's stacked, and you announced it to the whole party and then said, oh, you left me there standing by myself. It's like, what? Get over yourself. Like, oh my God. Like, oh my God, I was so annoyed. But yeah, she's going to be a piece of fucking work.
I can't wait to see when he meets
Jessica.
And honestly, like, she looks more like Megan Fox than fucking Chelsea, and she looks nothing like her.
When she went off on him for dumping her, and she was like, you better grab your EpiPen because you are going to choke. I was crying, laughing. I was like, yeah,
God.
girl. I'm going to have to find a way to incorporate that into my life at some point. You better grab an EpiPen. Oh my God, it was so fucking funny.
That was
yeah.
I can't wait. I think it's tomorrow. It comes.
If we save a couple of the episodes, we can watch them in Arizona.
Oh my God! How about we just save them all for Thursday? Can we do that? Today's Tuesday.
You don't have to watch them tomorrow. Yeah, you can wait until Thursday to watch.
Yeah, but that's kind of how I operate. If I know it's there when I'm packing or something, I'm gonna put them on. But I won't. Yeah, we'll just watch them on Thursday.
I'm curious. I wonder how many they're gonna release. Hopefully,
3,
they just
probably.
Do the rest. Oh yeah, probably. Anyways,
maybe they're doing them in 3s.
Yeah. Well, they did 6 at once. I thought maybe I'm behind. Maybe I was behind. I don't know. I thought they just came out on Valentine's Day.
Great. That Chelsea girl is.
Oh, I know. That was something else. That was so funny.
I feel, and you could tell, like, in the show. Just want to go back to that for a minute. He was really trying to convince himself that he loves her. He's like, I told you I loved you, and I'm gonna stick by my word, which I commend him for that. But you could feel it, like, through the TV, like. I'm not buying it. So I kind of understand why she was feeling that way, because I think she knew deep down, like, you can't tell a guy you look like Megan Fox, because now when he sees you, you're really fucking setting yourself up for
exactly.
Like what?
Oh my God. And like when they're finally meet and they are talking about it, and she's like, oh, I didn't like have anything, and she's like, did you have an idea? He's like, well, you gave me some clues. And she's like, no, I didn't. And then it like clips to him like in the confessional, and he's like, pretty sure she said she looked like Megan Fox.
No, he actually said she lied.
Yeah.
He said she lied to me, but it's okay. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, so funny. I know.
And that's what he gets, because he was like, damn, I gotta see this girl.
Yeah.
Like he went for it, but it's both their fault. She lied, and he was picking his, over.
Yeah. 100%. Little does he know what Jessica looks like.
Anyways, that's a good one. I love that show.
The very last thing I have,
loving that.
Yeah, we're both loving that. And the last thing I have is, do you follow Maddie Mitchell on Instagram? Do you know who that is? She does the videos where she's usually like has like her like a list. She's like certified jump scares, or things that she's current like phrases she's saying. She just so you have to go find her. You have to look her up. She's hilarious. Like, let me give you an example of like what one of her things says. But there was like also a trend. She's like, I just thought to myself, like, I can do if boys can do it, I can do it. Like, her audio became like a whole fucking trend. But
is this
she does.
I can't pull my phone out right now while we're recording. That's bad.
Oh, it's fine. But
it's fine.
This girl, watch, I'm going to show you her. Certified jump scares. Things that should be celebrated always.
Lots of things that should be celebrated always. Number one, running into your friend randomly out in the wild, like at a grocery store or when you're running errands and you're like, oh my God, you come here too? You also need food for sustenance? This is nuts. I had no idea. Like, you also have to go run errands because you're like a fully functioning human being. That literally never crossed my mind. My mind is blown. This is crazy because you're here and I'm here and we're here at the same time in this establishment of all places. I love this so much. Finding out that you have more money on a gift card than you thought, just remembering that you had a gift card in the first place and you get to Chipotle and you're like, okay, here's this. Turns out you're fucking filthy rich at Chipotle because you get instead of like 39 cents that you thought you had on it. I love that. There's nothing better. When dogs cross their paws like this when they're sitting down and it looks like they're fancy and kind of better than you, there's something so fabulous about a dog appearing to be like from old money, like kind of chic and posh, like it's posing to get its portrait painted.
Okay, I won't play the whole thing. But that's like what her videos are like. And her just did like her timing and the way she delivers things. Like, she just cracks me the fuck up. So if you don't follow Maddie Mitchell, you should.
We are like plugging all the peeps. Well, I will say the dogs crossing their paw thing is a legit, like, that crosses my mind because Chewy does that. And he's part poodle. A lot of poodles, Josh probably knows, they sit like that. They're like dainty little proper dogs. It's so cute. Especially when they have their hair cut, like, you know.
So anyways,
that's funny. I'll give
that's
her.
my current, current things that I am loving.
So one last one, and it's kind of something I've always loved, but it just never gets old. And this sounds as basic as fuck, but avocado toast with my switch up that I like to do periodically, more often than not, is smoked salmon and capers, kind of like what you do with cream cheese. But I just fucking love capers, and I love smoked salmon, and I love avocado, and I love bread. So please put them together.
Put it all together.
I'm very happy.
I mean, I used to eat before Stay Fit Mom Krista. I used to eat a slice of toast with avocado, everything seasoning, everything bagel seasoning.
Oh, that shit too.
Trader Joe's smoked salmon strips, and then an over easy egg on top, and Cholula. And Cholula is another thing that I am currently always loving. Mm-hmm. I don't eat a meal without it.
All right.
So, well, that was great. But now let's bring in producer Josh. Anything to add, Josh?
Yeah, I got a few things I'm currently loving, and then I got a pretty slick dad joke I came up with too. So
okay, let's hear it. What are you loving?
It's baseball season is starting up, so we've had practices the last couple weeks.
Sweet.
That's been super fun. And then snowboarding season is still happening, so that's.
Oh yeah, I saw you just went to Santa Fe.
I did. I went to Santa Fe Saturday. I've gone, I think, 7 times this year. I bought a season pass this year.
Oh, pretty good.
So I can just walk on the lifts, but that's been super fun. And I had a whole new setup for this year. I dropped like $2,000 on all new gear.
Wow.
So,
and you were mentioning my laptop as if that was like
but so snowboarding's been fun. And then I'm really excited about live music this year. There's a lot of either bands that are like putting out new albums or just announcing good tours. And then there's some good festivals. We're going to one, and then there's another I might go to in June. That looks really good. It's like a punk festival, but I'm just psyched about the sheer amount of. I already have tickets to 8 shows for this year through April, which is
nice,
pretty successful for New Mexico. We don't we don't get nearly as many acts as Southern California. Huh? Yeah. So those are things. Oh, and
Sweet.
Then I'm loving. I've probably played it 50 times through already, but the new Alkaline Trio record is really, really good, and I've played that a lot. So I'm loving that.
Nice.
Too. Oh,
cool. Good
check
stuff.
It out. I never listened to them a whole lot, but I'll give it a listen.
Yeah, get in there. Never too late.
Nice.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. Now let's close this out with the dad joke.
Oh, you said you had a good one.
I hope it's good. We'll
Yeah,
see.
maybe you spoke too soon.
Well, no, I'm.
The heat is on.
Yeah. What did the mermaid wash her tail with?
Don't know.
Finishing
Polish?
Tide.
Ah, okay.
It was way up. I was like, finishing spray?
I know. Well, you were going with Finn, and so I was like, finishing Polish?
It could have worked.
Not a thing, but well, I guess when you go to the dentist, it is. But. Okay. Yeah. Well, toodaloo.
Toodles.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. Chat in the Hat is hosted by Alyssa Stiles and Adriana Marquez. It is produced by me, Joshua Stiles. You can find us on Instagram at Chat in the Hat Pod and wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.